Hey YouTube, I'm back again for another video. I did get a few people asking me to do a trapped spoiler. Um, I debated on doing it. I decided not to do it. But then, just a couple of days ago, Not Scary Farm announced that if they bring back Trapped, they will completely redo it so then that people next year have a new set of traps and rooms so then they don't know already what to do. So with that being said, I guess that's permission to spoil this year's Trapped because it makes sense because to change it next year so that people who've already done it don't have to go through the same thing over again. So I guess I'll spoil it. I'll be the one to officially spoil Trapped to the world. So here we go. So just to give you background, I went in with four people. I went myself, my father, and my two friends Haley and Marie. We had some other people that came in our group that day, but they didn't want to do Trapped. They're too chicken, so we decided to do just the four of us, which ended up turning out to be $15 per person, which overall it was worth it. But I would say if you had to pay more than $15 to do it per person, not really worth it this year. But if they step it up again next year, definitely do it. It was very much worth the money. Um, so I guess here we go. So the first room that you went into, first they just like opened the door, said next group, and we walked in. It was just a room with curtains, said Knott's Berry Farm, like their logo, and a kind of a podium, and there was an employee standing there. She was there just basically going over the contract, basically again saying, they're allowed to touch you, they're allowed to do whatever you want. You have to use your intelligence to get out of this maze. You have to find out what to do, and there's no obvious way of getting out. Um, then, excuse me. Then after that, she was kind of like, okay, then the safety word is boysenberry. So if you say boysenberry, everyone in the group must leave. So we understood that. We agreed that whoever, if anyone says it, their ass is gonna get kicked because we paid $60 and we are not gonna waste that money. But anyway, so we first took into this little dark hallway, and then there was a first door. There was a bathroom sign, and at first we're kind of like, okay, what do we do? And then it's like just open the door. It was like, then we were all nervous, like okay, so we opened the door, and it was a pretty big bathroom with all these stalls. It was dirty. It smelled like crap because there was crap all over the walls. And then there was so we were looking around, saying, okay, we're in our first room. We're locked in. We're trapped. What do we do? So I looked into different stalls, and eventually, out of one of the stalls, this guy came in barging out, yelling at us, "What the blank?" Started cussing at us. Get out of here! You guys are idiots. So they do cuss at you a lot because this is their chance to cuss at you. This is you signed the contract says they can do whatever they want basically, and just kind of a heads up for those that were scared. Yes, they could touch you. Yes, they could do whatever they want, technically, but they're never going to put you in true danger. They're never going to do anything dangerous to you. That's too much liability. Plus, they don't want to. Pretty sure they don't want to kill you. But yeah, just remember for people who want to do it next year, they're not going to harm you. They may scare you. They're going to touch you. They're going to get in your face. They're gonna make you do stuff, but they're not gonna hurt you. That's a promise. Um, so yeah, anyways, in the bathroom, we're trying to find a way out. We're like looking through the different stalls. One of them was locked, so we're trying to think maybe this is the way out, but it was locked, so we couldn't get in. Then we're looking around, and all of a sudden, I turn around. Me and my friend Marie, the guy was a janitor. He was hanging this dirty mop in our face, like, "Come on, get out of here!" It was like, ah. So it was kind of funny, but we're just kind of gross at the same time. Then we found out one of the bathrooms had an out of order sign on it. It's like, okay, it's the only one that says out of order. It's gotta be it. And we're trying to figure out what to do. And then my friend, for whatever reason, put her hand in the toilet, and there's this big, huge, wet cloth that was supposed to be a toilet paper. She pulled. Eventually, the lights went off and the sounds went off, and then that door that was the bathroom that was closed, the stall opened up. So we had to go through there to get out. and then the wall opened, and then that was the next room. The next room we got trapped in, and it was full of rat cages, and we didn't know what to do. So we were looking around like, okay, what do we do? And then we noticed that they were open, so like maybe touch the rats. So that's what we did. So we tried to touch the rats, find out which. Excuse me, hiccup. Every time I do videos, I have a hiccup. I don't know why. But anyways, so yeah, then I touched one of the rats, and that one opened this little door. So we had to crawl through it because it was low. We had to crawl through it. It was this little rat cage, and then eventually it locked behind us. We were like, okay, what do we do now? We're locked in. And then I noticed there was a rat tail by my hand, so I pulled that rat tail, and then loud noise happened. You heard mice, and then a quote rat poop fell on us. And what it was like little pieces of rice, but still it's supposed to imitate rat poop. It's like all of a sudden going psh on top of you. So that was a good scare and kind of gross. And then the door in front of us opened up and led us into a kitchen. This kitchen was kind of dirty, and there was this half man, half woman thing. It was a guy in real life, but like woman, and yeah. But anyways, it was kind of crazy, and he was yelling at us like yelling at us, but he was being nice at the same time, and he was telling us that he was cooking a new dish, or she, whatever you want to call it. It told us to do to like was telling us about his new dish and everything, and then pointed to my friend and I said, "You need to eat it." I was like, "Okay, what's the dish?" Opens it up, it's dead worms and crickets, and so my friend actually had to eat a cricket, and I was yelling at us, banging on the pans, like, "Come on, eat it, eat it, eat it!" And so yeah, and then so it's like, okay, you like it, and like get yourself a soda in the fridge, and then open up the fridge, and then that was the door that led us to the next room. It was full of mirrors, and it was kind of light in there, but then as soon as the door closed behind us, it got dark. And all of a sudden you hear this whispering, and then you see faces on the mirrors a little bit go on and off, and then you hear say my name, whispering Bloody Mary, and you had to say the Bloody Mary 3 times. And then there was this big window, this or mirror, that this lady popped out dressed as Bloody Mary, grabbing us, trying to pull us in. And so that was kind of a good scare if you're kind of superficial like that. Then one of the doors opened that we went to was a room full, was a strobe light. It was full of, it was a plexiglass maze. So it was like the plexiglass walls, and then you had to find your way out. These guys running up to us, banging on the walls, tell us to get out, find a way out, or else they're going to eat us because we look delicious. And then we got to this one part where we're going through, and all of a sudden, I'm blocked in on all 3 sides. The wall in front of us and the twos on the side. All we had to do was go back. But the guys found our way through and came running towards us. So we're trapped in there. And they're eating my friends. They take the girl's hair. They're eating them, trying to eat the hair. It was quite funny. Then the guy that was on the other side of the plexiglass was push. Actually, it was a movable wall. It was pushing it towards me. So what I had to do was I had to push against him, but he was fighting to push it back. So I had to fight to push through, and then eventually we got to the end of it where we had to go through some more little plexiglass maze, and then we got to this part where the doors kind of open and close at various times. So I had to figure out how to get through. And there's like a series of buttons, and that was a little more strategy right there. And then we went into the last room, which was a morgue. And then there's a dead body next to us, and the dead body woke up and wasn't speaking, but was walking around looking at us all crazy. Then those drawers that they hold dead bodies for the morgue, for the drawers with dead bodies. Well, he opened 2 of them and like pointed like, "Go ahead." So my dad and my friend Marie got in, had to get into that, and they were pushed through and locked inside the guess you could say storage container thing. And then after that, there was a guy on the other end who pulled it back. Those dressed like death, yelling at them, "Come with me," and grabbing to them like it was they're about to die. And then, so that was those 2. But me and my friend Haley, we actually had to go through this other door where we're locked in, where it was pitch black dark, and we didn't know what was going on. There was 4 walls. We didn't know what to do. We saw there was like a little fence thing, so we're just waiting for something to happen. But well, nothing happened. So we were feeling around. We actually had to open up the door. It was like a wall. It was like a series of walls you had to open up. And then waiting on the other side was that death guy. Grabbed us and tried to, come with me. And that was the end of it. And so they put us into, they dumped you off in the arcade, and it was cool because they there was a sign that said trapped, and this thing, and there's like photo op. You got a free picture. So we even did trapped. So we did that, and we're trapped. And I was looking around. There's people and they're playing video games, but then I noticed like this is a small room for an arcade, and there's a door over there, but it's closed. And those guys look pretty suspicious. And then they pressed a button, loud noises. They came running towards us, scared us. Wow. Then after that, we went out the door, and that was the end of it. But yeah, it was overall a cool experience for Trapped. Um, I do agree with most people. Most everyone probably say that we wish that Trapped was longer. It did kind of leave you saying that was it, but still is very much worth the money. I do wish there was more to it. I think that'd be cool in the arcade when you take a picture when you think it's the end. If you went on, it was more maze, and that wasn't the end. That would be quite. We think that would be quite funny. But that'd be cool if they expand on that next year, make it different. And since not Scary Farm, you said you guys, if you got publicly said on Facebook, on the official Facebook, that if you guys bring it back, you will change it. So don't blame me if you don't change it and people get through it so fast because I spoiled it. You guys said you were going to change it, so I decided to spoil it. Plus, anyways, you guys said it would take about 15 to 20 minutes to go through Trapped. It took us 10 minutes. Not even that. I think it took us more like 6 minutes to get through. It wasn't that hard. Um, like the longest room was the Bloody Mary room because even though we said Bloody Mary like 20 gajillion times, she still didn't pop up for whatever reason. So, but overall, yeah, really loved Trap. Amazing, A plus maze. Wish it was expanded more. So yeah, that's a spoiler for it. So, bye guys.